A shout out to Ge.Holla and
Hey, Ge.Holla, G.Holla.
Ge.Holla, show me the God here, man.
All y'all said entertainer, shout out my guy Ge.Holla.
Rocking right now with Ge.Holla, Celebrity Life.
Shout out to Ge.Holla, reaching 1 million listeners on his podcast.
Right. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? We find some of the coolest, some of the smoothest people to ever do it in every industry, in every genre. This afternoon, I have the pleasure and the privilege to bring to you a divine young lady who is a licensed medical esthetician and laser technician. I mean, she got it going on. You feel what I'm saying? She considers herself to be a skincare trainer. Because of her job, it is to train your skin to look and feel its best. I mean, this is Miss Hydration right here. You know what I'm talking about? This young lady can get you nice and smooth from the inside to the outside and make you feel good in what you see in the mirror and your reflection. Therefore, it builds in your self-confidence because we all know the real true wealth down here is health. And if you ain't looking right and feeling right, you know what I'm saying, you are in a deficit. Ladies, please, gentlemen, please, welcome to the show, KeKe Jackson. Sorry, Miss Jackson. Oh, what's happening, KeKe?
Hey, how are you? So excited.
I'm doing better that you are here on this planet with us, making us feel good and look good. And you are a true medicinal person. I just want you to know that. We have to pour into you first before we start. If it were not for people like yourself out here training our skins, getting us to feel good from within to the outside, man, we will be lost in life. And I just want to honor you and give you your flowers and tell you thank you on behalf of everybody you have helped and will help. Welcome to the show.
Welcome. Thank you for having me. What an introduction. I love it.
Hey, come over and have nothing regular and dry. Hey, do you love me? Are you riding? You know,
that's right. Keep you motivated and hydrated. I got you.
The Dr. Shea Butter, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, all over your body.
No matter, KeKe, I hear that accent.
Yes.
Where you from, yo?
I am a Brooklyn, Queens girl. Born in Brooklyn, raised in Queens. So, by way of Atlanta, I've been here now for a little over 10 years. So, I always say from the apple to the peach. So,
and we still getting hydrated. Look at that. See, apples, they say you better drink and eat your water, you know?
That's right. Eat good, drink good, look good. They all go together.
Hey, you were dope and amazing. As you were growing up, just getting your business a little bit, did you ever suffer from like any type of skin diseases, or did you know people that had them and you just wanted to help them ever since you was like younger as a young child?
That is an amazing question. Actually, I have yet to have anyone ask me that, and then it's definitely was a journey. So as a child, about 5 or 6 years old, I had suffered from what they call vitiligo. Some people pronounce it as the same thing that they said Michael Jackson had. And, being so young and experiencing people, they would stare at you and go, oh, what's that? And, just, you're a kid, you don't know better. So I got to experience what it's like to have, something, be different and how people react to that, and aesthetically when they don't understand what's going on with you, which to this day they don't have a like a medicine or a remedy for. I was fortunate to have a mother who was into holistic medicine very early in life, and she just did all kind of different herbs, and she figured out that it was a B vitamin deficiency. And so as a young kid, she was giving me B vitamins and some other herbs from like a Chinese doctor, and I was able to regain the pigment in my skin. So I no longer have vitiligo, which is unheard of. But I would say that would be a gateway into later on in life committing to making people look and feel beautiful, and understanding that people that do have skin disabilities you know, what they go through. So I have a sensitivity for that, to want to make people, people are mean. Kids are mean, when people don't understand things, they point, they stare, they judge, so wanting people to look and feel good has definitely been a commitment of my own in life. And it's funny you asked me that. I've never connected that until just now.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is a divine meeting. You know what I'm saying?
No, seriously. That's deep. Nobody said that. Many people don't even know that about me. Like, not even my closest friends or people know that, because if they didn't know me as a child, they wouldn't have even known I've experienced that.
That's dope. And
Just
thank
think
you for sharing that.
people just think you're just beautiful your whole life, which you really are, because it really comes from the inside. So, it's always come out, even when you're different. I love that they have that model that now, she has the vitiligo, and they've made that like a statement. It's just being now creative and different. It's unique. So, but oh God, 20, 20, I'm lying. About, ooh, about 40 years ago. It was not looked at that way. So, we have evolved. Yeah.
I'm with you. I follow teachers like, he passed now, Dr. Savy, Lala Africa, I think he died too as well. And a lot of, like you saying, natural herbalists and, I always say holistic because the body, I always think about the hologram body, but like you were saying earlier, the natural way of remedies and curing. I personally believe, if no one doesn't, like you, there's a cure for everything. Because like you just said a moment ago, there's a deficiency in the body along with bad bacteria or mucus that is causing your dis-ease or disease.
Correct. So for my wellness, so that's why my business is called Opulence, which means luxury, wellness, and med spa. So wellness comes from the inside, right? We need to typically be well and take care of ourselves to look good on the outside. Now, skin disorders, they can be dealt with. Most doctors are not going to do internal medicine. They're going to do, especially in a dermatology, it's going to be, and I work in a dermatology office as well. So not only do I have my own spa, I work in a derm office. So I correlate both worlds together. So I approach things a little bit differently, but yeah, you have to deal with what's going on the inside, because it doesn't matter what I do on the outside. We're going to keep doing it over and over again. If you leave me and go eat Popeyes, we ain't getting nowhere. So I did all this work, and then you went and ate grease and candy and sugar, and we just went back to square one. And you're like, well, why am I breaking out? Why is my skin crepey? Why I got these black spots? And I'm like, well, what's going on with your diet? What's your lifestyle looking like? So they definitely, the world's intertwined.
So y'all heard it from Dr. KeKe. She said, "Get stay away with them Popeye biscuit. Not only are you gonna choke and you ain't got enough water." You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. And I mean, anything in excess too. I mean, I don't tell people like there's no right diet. It's not for me to say, oh, be vegan or be a vegetarian or whatever, because that's not for everybody. Some people do need meat. Some people do need certain proteins or things that are in certain things for their body needs and stuff. But anything in excess, if you're eating chicken every single day, it's going to be bad for you. If you're eating steak every single day, if you're eating vegetables, as you know, even vegetables, if they're having the pesticides or they're being artificially grown, they have their negative effects on your body. How many times have they called back romaine lettuce? You think you're eating something healthy, and they're telling you, don't eat the lettuce, it's gonna kill you. So you gotta just, pay attention to your body and the needs, and balancing. Everything in life is balance. So figuring out, okay, pay attention to what is my body lacking? What does it need more of? Oh, I feel good when when I'm juicing and I'm eating a little bit more clean. I might cheat a little here and there and get me some ice cream but I'm not, it's okay. People before us lived, they ate their bacon 100 years and they lived. So, but for what our bodies are, what they, so many chemicals out here that we're getting chemicals in everything, you know, from the environment to the creams we put on our skin, to the food that we're eating, to the clothes that we're wearing. I mean, so we constantly are battling, you know, what's going on in the world. So we just have to be conscious and just, you know, balance it out.
What are some tips you can give us for, because usually women go to the doctor religiously and far more often than we do as men. What are some telltale signs that you've learned over time that you may have an issue going on that your skin is trying to alert you to that people can just look out for? There's there certain things in your mind that just stick out?
Oh yeah, so when I see people with really dark necks and their neck is not matching their face. And so that can definitely be a lead way into diabetes, liver, you know, things your body is not flowing, is something not flushing out, and it tends to have discoloration in the skin. You know, also excess growth of hair in areas that shouldn't be. As for some as women, if they're growing hair under the chin and neck, you know, they usually have some kind of hormone disorder. Men, if they have excessive ingrowns, usually there's something, you know, going on in the body that they might want to look at. If they're having so there's like acidic things in the body that tend to, so I tell people, just like sweat is a excretion of toxin. Sometimes it has to come out somewhere. So some people, it comes out in the skin. So you'll find someone with really, really bad acne, and it's not that they're not clean. It's definitely usually something internal happening. They might have an allergy to foods, but that they haven't paid attention to. And they're like, oh, you know, you notice that you're eating bread and you're getting a rash. Well, you might have a gluten, you know, allergy, you know, acidic. Oops. Hey. Oh, okay, see. Sorry, guys.
Don't worry, I'll edit it out. You're okay.
Yeah, so, you know, just things like that. So yeah, it's definitely signs that you can see in the skin that, you know, you see dry patches on the skin that can typically be eczema, and eczema is triggered by typically foods and also environment. Contact dermatitis also looks like a sort of close to eczema. It's like a rash. Psoriasis, you know, a lot of times, you know, I see if someone's really red in the face, and they just look like they're naturally blushing all the time, that could be rosacea. And, you know, some people have a light, a mild rosacea, and then some people have extreme, and they'll be looking like they was, you know, sitting in the sun for days, looking like a lobster, you know, they're just really red. And so you're like, what is going on? You know, it's like, okay, that's not natural. There's something else, you know, going on. So yeah, there's definitely things that I notice on the skin that trigger to health issues.
Yeah, that's amazing. Wow, you broke that down. You are a human computer. Like, this is something that you was designed to do. Oh my God, you didn't even stutter. Like,
I'm gonna get you over here. I'm gonna have to get you when you come into Atlanta. Come see me.
I'm coming soon. You know, make sure I ain't got no. I'm looking in the camera. I'm looking in the phone. Like,
That's right. That's right. That's right. We gonna get that beard. I mean, look like you're taking pretty good care of it, but you know, we get all up in there, like all through the, you know, all up in there. No skin left behind.
I like that. That's a good slogan. We need to do a TikTok challenge. You know what I'm saying?
Let's do it.
I'm down. You all the way down. I just want to get to know you a little bit more so the audience can get to know you too as well. So as you was coming along, you know, you was like, you gave us a beautiful story about how you, you know, what you went through, your trials, your tribulations, and also your accomplishments. So when was the first time in your life that you really started getting educated on this particular knowledge, other than yourself? Because I know self is the very first form of medicine
So,
and education. But when was your first time of being on the path that you're on now? How did that start?
well, I had decided I wanted to go to cosmetology school in like 2000. So I went to cosmetology school. I did not care for hair. That just wasn't my thing. But you get a little intro into skincare and nails. And so I decided to go in the skin world, but I was doing makeup. So I started out as a makeup artist. And back then, 2001, when I would tell people I did makeup, they would look at me with four eyes, like, what is that? Like, what did you do makeup? That didn't even seem like a career or a job. That just seemed like, well, like at the counter, like you work at like a, And it was like, well, yeah, that could be makeup, but I actually had worked for a production company and I was doing like music videos and short films. And yeah, and it wasn't many Black women at all doing makeup back then. Most of what when I would go on a set, it would be mostly Caucasian, and then if it was like a bigger project, they were like many times European, because in Europe they have big makeup schools. Like that was a thing out there, and they did a lot of like special effect makeup too and stuff like that. So they kind of they had their lane. I mean, Europe was like a place that people go that they wanted to be a makeup artist. They would like, how people come to New York City and they're like, it's like the land of dreams. Like you go to New York City, you can live in a closet. You so happy to be there. You don't care, you just, I'm in New York City. It's not like that anymore, but back in the day, it was like a place to go. So how LA is for like movies and acting, people were going to LA with a book bag and like, I'm going to make it. I'm going to be an actor. They would go to Europe like, I'm going to be this makeup artist. I'm coming with my, whatever I got in my wallet and in my backpack, and I'm going to, but in New York, where I was from at the time, they didn't have like makeup schools, and that just wasn't even a big thing. So I had a cosmetology license, which set me apart when people would say, well, how did you get into this? Well, I said, well, I had a license to do it. People didn't think to do that. People just doing makeup like as if it was, you can be YouTube university. And I don't even think they had YouTube back then. You just did your own. If you did makeup, then you was just like, oh, I do makeup. But I actually had the credentials to go with it, so it put me in a better position. So that kind of introed me into the world of skin. Why? Because I dealt with so many different diverse people. So, I tell people what makes you an artist is not that you can do it on yourself, it's that you can do it on other people. Right. So I had to do it on a Caucasian girl, an Asian girl, a Hispanic girl, a dark-skinned Black girl, a light-skinned Black girl. I couldn't just do makeup on people who look like me. That doesn't make me an artist. But I realized too that the better the canvas was, meaning that the skin was clear, my makeup application was better. So to make my job easier, I always would tell people, oh, well, what are you doing with your skin? Because if I got to cover up a bunch of acne and dark spots, and that makes my job harder. So naturally, I would start to tell people, you need to do this and do that for your skin, and that kind of gatewayed me into the skincare world.
Wow. Now let's talk about from the gateway. Now, when you kind of arrived, so to speak, what was the next steps for you there?
So interestingly enough, I relocated here to Atlanta from New York, and I was so excited because Atlanta is like a hub. You can get anywhere from here. I can get to LA, Miami, Vegas, Houston, all the major cities that I was working out of. So I was like, oh, this is it. I'm excited. Plus the cost of living was better. All these great things. Get here, the economy crashes. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, oh my God, what am I gonna do now? So what happened? The production company went bankrupt. This is where the makeup epidemic came about. Companies used to hire, when they had someone on a team, they would fly them everywhere. So you would have this one artist or this one team, and they would go wherever you were doing your production. Well, when the economy crashed, instead of flying you places, they started looking for people in that area. So instead of bringing me from Atlanta to LA, we just gonna find us an LA makeup artist, or we're just gonna find us a New York makeup artist. We're just gonna find us an Atlanta makeup artist. So now you're in search for it. That caused people to be, oh, okay, well, I could do makeup. Let me apply for this job, where before it was kind of not as open. So it was really, you were locked in. So that kind of killed that. So now I'm in Atlanta, but they wasn't shooting any production in Atlanta. When I got here, this is like 2008, 2009. They didn't start really shooting here again until 2012 when the production companies 13 started coming here. So we had that 4-year run where it was like, so what do I do now? So interestingly enough, Tom Ford, well, for one, so I did go into the retail world of makeup in skincare. So I started out, I was like, I worked for Chanel, I worked for NARS, I worked for Estee Lauder. So I was, doing contract work with these companies. And then the big one came for me was Tom Ford came to Atlanta in 2012. And I was like, oh my God, I want to work for Tom Ford. And then Tom Ford came out, this was their first aesthetic line. Like they came out with makeup and skincare. So in the world of money, the money was in skincare. So I realized working for the company, I could sell a $52 lipstick, or I could sell $100 moisturizer. So, and I'm going to get the commission, it's going to be double. So I kind of just started going towards where the money was. And then I said, oh man, people, it's all about knowledge, so when you're educating people, I said, you got money to buy $52 lipstick, or you got money to buy a $75 eyeshadow palette, clearly you are able to afford to wash your face with this good stuff and put this. And they kind of like, so I would be like, so you want to cover it up? Why cover it up when you could just be taking care of your skin and you don't have to, wear all that makeup? And people be like, yeah, I guess you're right. I really don't want to have to do makeup every day. So my goal from then was to teach people, because it became this huge makeup epidemic. Kim Kardashian came out with her contour, contour to the gods. Everybody was like, I'm like, where's everybody going? Oh my God. I used to just think people in Atlanta, I'm like, they are like the most beautiful people on the planet. It's like, where is everybody going? They were just so glammed up. New Yorkers, we look like you half dead until you got somewhere to go. Everybody's walking around like all in black, drippy, just, give me my Starbucks and a scrunchie and a ponytail and I'm out. But here I was like, people were going, honey, to the grocery store looking like they going to the Grammys, okay? And then I was like, who got time to do this though? Because I didn't have 40 an hour in the morning to get up and do makeup. So I was, I'll do the makeup, but I was like, isn't it a lot easier if you just get up with a fresh face and don't got to do none of that? You just look amazing when you wake up. Well, that takes work. It takes long-term work, but the effects are so much better because the makeup is clogging your pores, is you a lot of times people are creating more problems with the makeup because it's sitting in the skin and they're covering up the stuff instead of addressing it. So, when I wear makeup, I tell people makeup is an accessory, not a necessity. I don't have to wear it. I choose to wear it when I want to, like I put my makeup on for you today, but typically I don't wear makeup.
Well, I appreciate it because you look good, and we appreciate you looking good and shining.
Just a little bit goes a long way, but you don't want to feel like you need to, like, oh God, I can't go outside. I gotta put, you should just be in the mood. I'm in the mood to, look a little cute, put my makeup on. But a lot of girls are feeling like they can't go outside without it.
That is true. I knew a lady once back in the day. She told me when she first got married, she would wake up before her husband and put makeup on, and then cook him breakfast, so it will look, so he wouldn't actually see. And she was beautiful, but I get it, inside the mind when we're looking at society, they're telling us what the standard, typical, prototypical beauty is. And typically, like, even before a certain time, they always just showed other other nationalities other than Black women. So I
Yeah.
get it. I understand.
Well, it's so crazy because, I think that women are starting to realize that men, you don't want to wake up to somebody and you're like, wait, hold on, who was that I was with last night? You know, swap. Who? You meeting representatives, like, and then women are like, oh, but you like me when I look like that. But a lot of times men are like, I thought you looked like that. And like, no, you tricking us. But us just learning to take care of ourselves, it's a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle. So even women with surgery, I'm like, you get the surgery, but you have to maintain it. It's a maintenance. You don't just get, nothing's permanent. You don't just go get this stuff done and you never have to do anything. No, it's a cheat sheet, but now you gotta, you gotta maintain that. And then guys don't even like all that makeup on their pillows, on their shirt. They talking about, she gave me a kiss and messed up my whole outfit. They be mad, y'all. They be mad. I'm telling y'all, ladies, and men don't be wearing all that stuff. Men have to start reassuring women that being natural is beautiful again. Because I know y'all really feel that way. It's just, it's one thing I would tell people, it's one thing when you're doing it for entertainment. If you are not an entertainer, you are not on television making money. We are not Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, those particular entertainers, they overdone because they are entertainers. They get paid to look and be this. You just regular Joe, you don't have to do all that.
No, I agree. And as a man, I never heard any brothers of any age, any genre, be like, I really wish my girl had a BBL. Like, I don't, even that phenomenon is like kind of weird to me. And I'm like, where did all these, big behinds come from when it was just the 90s? And you had people like Halle Berry, you had people like her, can't think of anybody else particularly. And all those women didn't have all of
You
that.
had
Like, we
Nia
looked at your
Long, you had the
face and
Holly
your spirit
Berry.
energy.
Yeah, Nia Long, Holly Berries, I mean, it was about you actually looking naturally beautiful. It did look like women took care of themselves, they were petite, they were, even if they were big, they still had natural, beautiful, voluptuous bodies if they were naturally. And if you wasn't, I tell women all the time, it's someone for everyone. Not everybody likes that. Looking cloned is not attractive. Now you have had the adverse effect on people because you look the same. People want unique, like different. So we all look like a cookie cutter. Now he's gonna go back to, I don't want that. Give me a flat booty because all of that stuff, it's I can have it. It's everywhere. It's people like the chase. It was cool when you was the girl with the big, 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 big butt and nobody else had the big, 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 big butt. Because you stood out, you got the attention. It was like, oh, what's okay? Now every girl walk by got the same booty. It's nothing to look at. It's the same butt walking by. Now you're looking for the athletic body. Oh, damn, she in shape. She take care. It's a whole different, look. When I would tell girls all the time, why have the same? Like everybody wants the same hair, the same nails, the same lashes, the same. Everybody looks like we pick the number 1, 2, or 3 on the list. Like you go to the surgeon, like give me a number 1. I think I need a number 1 with the boobs this big and then give me the I want the 28 inches, in the like we look clone, And I find the only men that really like that are men who like attention, period. Because you're getting the attention because when she's around or she walks around, she's, everybody, you like that. But men who want a woman who, that won't get you a husband. Let's just say that. I'll tell the women that won't get you a husband. So if you're doing it because you're looking for a good man who you think he won't get you, it's clearly hasn't been working for people. So, spending more time inside. No, that's my take.
No.
I'm not offending anyone, but I just found that most women I know, I'm in the industry and I'm around, 90% women, and I'm like, yeah, that doesn't make them happy. It doesn't make men, they get more attention, but they don't get good attention. It's not necessarily a positive thing for a lot of people, and it's just never enough.
No, you're right. From my perspective, my personal opinion, to the female gender, what makes you all really beautiful is your feminine energy. It's like it cannot be duplicated. Like how you speak, as soft as you speak. I don't care how big a man is, or if he did 20 years in jail, or he retired in the military as a Marine. That soft, calm, still voice is intoxicating. You cannot get past that. No matter what you do, you can be big up here, but when you hear the sound of that voice that goes right in here, you're done. It's over with.
So they heard it from you. So that's beautiful to hear, because so many of us, excuse me, I got a little scratch, being independent and being, you tend to get that little roughness. And it'd be nice to hear that men, they say it's a hard place to be because you want a boss woman, or we think that we need to be bosses to be respected. And to hear that men still want that softness in a woman and that gentleness and that lovingness is hopefully we can get back to that. Because I sure don't want to be the man and the woman in a relationship.
And we're going to get back to that because, as a Black man, out here in this world, you can't find peace nowhere. Everything is a battle. You're fighting everywhere. You're at odds everywhere.
God.
And when you come home, man, you need that soft, cool, still peace. Some of us never grew up in the cultures like that. I could get it because we grew up around chaos or the old school people would say hell raisers. We just been accustomed to that. But when you find somebody that's peace like that, it shifts your whole paradigm.
Yeah, I mean, I wish we were, you're right, like other cultures, and they're taught to be a little bit more just gentle and loving and kind to each other. Other cultures, they're, they see each other, they automatically show love. It's like, oh, you are what we're just, hey, my brother, my sister, just speaking the same language. They're giving that. And we do need to just get back to we out here, we all, like you said, we going through the same thing. So, and if you did grow up in chaos, who wants to stay in it? So, as we get older and we work hard and, you want to show that love to each other, that support to each other, that gentleness. And that would just be uplifting. I have a son and he told me, Mom, when you yell at me, it really makes me, it really takes something out of him. And I'm thinking, okay, well, you're not going to hear me. I'm a tiny little thing, but you're not going to hear me if I don't exaggerate my voice and make it tough. And it's like, yeah, I hear you, but now it's blocked because you're screaming. Like, I just tell me what you need. And I'm like, okay, well, let me try it out. But, you just get to a point. We think that when we talk and we act hard, that it's making an impression. And I laugh. I'm from New York, so, and I'd be like, that don't move me at all. I feel the same way you said. I'd be like, okay, well, all that screaming and yelling you just did. I'm not even, I don't get intimidated fast. So I just look at it like, I'm gonna let you breathe. Take a few breaths and let's have a conversation again. We'll try this over. Well, let's talk about you out of breath. I like that I get to be feminine in my world too. Like, and even men coming in and, I like that men are starting to want to have self-care too. Because like today, he was like, I want to be rough, I want to look tough, I want to have cuts on my face and crack teeth, and I'm a tough guy, And us women are like, at this point, get that. We don't want all them. You better fix them stuffles. We don't want, you need to go get a pedicure, bro. You don't want them rough feet all over us. We want you to smile and you know. So yeah, guys are like, okay, yeah, they like that. Yeah, we like that. You don't gotta be a roughneck brother no more. In the KeKe, so.
No, I get it. You know, that's the. How do we support you? Give us all your social media. Give us your website. Tell us what we need to do.
Okay, yes. Well, I'm at opulencemedicalspa.com. That's my website. And then you can get me on Instagram at Opulence Med Spa. And Opulence is spelled OPULENCE MEDSPA. And then I'm on TikTok as KeKe_Spa Life. So those are my main little places. And, you know, you can look me up. Opulence Wellness and Med Spa. I'm based out of Tucker, Georgia. I'm also in the North Decatur area. And as I stated, I also work in a partnership with the dermatology office, and that's Dermatology Specialist of Atlanta. And I do a lot of great stuff here: laser hair removal, cool sculpting, RF microneedling, clearing brilliance. So all the really high-end modalities. And in my spa, I give you kind of more like a really luxury relaxation kind of experience. And in the med spa, I give you kind of like straight to the point. We're getting, you know, so you get the best of both worlds with me. So yeah, hopefully y'all can come through, check me out, come support. Let me spoil you for the new year. All that good stuff. Teeth whitening too. Teeth whitening and body contouring.
Do you, when you in the future, have you ever thought, I'm gonna use this out of turn, I'm gonna say odd, I'm gonna just say different. Is there any techniques medically that you do that people typically don't really find? Because, you know, sometimes people may have like, you know, a special need, maybe like they need the bottom of their foot shaven or something like that. Is there something else that you do that's really just not out there that you're able to do?
Well, I really deal with a lot of something called melasma, which is a really more extreme term for hyperpigmentation, and it typically is a hormonal thing or something that you can't really, that people mostly develop it at some point of their lives. So I have really good results, a lot of background in the melasma world. Also acidic acne, which typically requires a laser many times. Acidic acne will cause deeper scarring to the face. So you need a lot of resurfacing work and rebuilding of the skin and the texture. So that would be done with microneedling and lasers. So if you have any of those conditions, I'm your girl. You know, we do anything chemical peels. I do about 5 different chemical peels. So, and those chemical peels address different things. So, you know, that's where my little expertise is in. So try me out.
Yeah, that's dope. Two more things. I won't hold you too much longer. I love the beautiful story you told us in the beginning, how, you know, you went from being a young girl to a grown woman, now having a child. What is that like for you now in your journey? That you, if you were to look back in your rear view and saw that, you know, your elders before you took care of you and helped you heal, and now you are afforded the opportunity. I hope, God forbid, that your son never had to go through something, but you know that you have the knowledge to help him through, or even help even his future family as time moves on. How does that make you feel, just looking back in your
You
review at
know, self-love is a big thing right now, and a lot of us are not loving and being true to ourselves. And once you learn that, you realize that you are your best you. You are beautiful, you. And knowing that you can do anything, you can accomplish anything, believing in yourself, and us encouraging one another. I've always told, I have a daughter too, my son and a daughter, you are amazing. You are talented. You are great. You are courageous. You are anything that you want to be, and you're the best at whatever you want to be. So us believing in ourselves and what we can do is going to make all the difference, because a lot of times in other culture, half of what stops us from doing and being what we are is that we don't have the belief that we can. You got to know that you can. You can be anything that you want if you're willing to commit to it. And there's no easy way. even with the easy way is the hard way. It ends up being hard in the long term. So you think you got there easy, it's usually a backlash somehow, some way. Take the time, make it happen, figure it out, and then believe that you can accomplish it. And then we're also dealing with an identity crisis in this time, which is goes into something else. But you are perfect just the way you are. Whoever, whatever you are perfect in that. So you don't have to changing who you are is not going to make you happy typically, and it gets proven over and over again. You came to the world perfect and love who you are, and it's different. Be different. Want to be different. Be unique. Stand out. Why I want to be like? Why I want to look like Beyonce and Kim Kardashian? I look like KeKe, and I'm gonna look like the best KeKe out there. You should want to look like me. Why? Because I love and feel I'm the same. Well, what makes them different? They're on TV. They got a talent. Beyonce has a talent. We can't take that away from her. Kim Kardashian has a talent. They found their talent and they perfected it. Find your talent and perfect that. And that's what it is. We don't have to want to be other people. Be yourself. Love yourself. And come to me and I hope that.
That's right. Helps you love from within on out. And like Shakespeare said, the world is a stage. All of us are actors in it. You're just looking at somebody else's story, not paying attention to your own, you know?
That's right. That's right. Create your story. Like you said, have fun with it. We get this one life. Like, let's have fun with it. We make mistakes, and even in that mistake comes greatness, life lessons. We tell a story. People who with the worst experiences have books that they come out there and you can make millions of dollars writing your story. As bad as it may be to somebody else, they want to hear about it because it makes them feel better. It's whatever the case may be.
Right. It turns your light on, you know. And you, speaking of that, you need to write a book too. By the way, don't forget to put that in your repertoire before you leave up out of here. You know
Okay. Thank you for that inspiration. I might have to act on that.
Hey, we need to see that because somewhere somebody just don't know. Maybe they don't have access to the internet or the information, and they're going through the same similar diseases that you're going through, getting a hopeless diagnosis from a Western trained doctor who is not looking into natural, earthly, or Eastern medicines. So, hey, here we go. Bam.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, we heard it from the celebrity life, honey. You haven't had too much fun over here. Okay.
You are dope and amazing. I can't hold you too much longer. Did I miss anything today? Is there anything that you would like to talk about to the audience?
No, I think you were pretty thorough. You were way more thorough than I could even imagine. You did a great job. It's nothing I think I've said it. I think you touched pretty good. You almost got me deep. We're gonna have to have a second interview where we go into some other stuff, but you almost took me there.
Hey, that's cool. Whenever I'm up there, I'll bring my cameras and stuff, and I can sit in the office and we could do kind of like, I hate to use this term, but I'm gonna use like an infomercial type of thing where you could show us certain techniques and things. If we get like models or something, we could do the whole little, package.
Oh, that's exciting. Yeah, that would definitely be dope. Showing something live. Okay. That's cool. Yeah.
Because some of us, we see these terms, but we don't know what they mean. We might see microblading, you might be thinking you're gonna get a needle through your forehead. You're like, we don't know.
Yeah, no, and it is a needle, but it was not a scary needle. So but you're right, seeing it and knowing what it really is and what it looks like and what, seeing someone actually do it, knowing, oh, okay, they can handle it. It's not as, bad as I thought it was, or yeah, that would be cool. I'd like to do that. That'd be awesome.
You are dope and amazing. And I was telling your publicist too as well. I'm going to introduce her to some more people, and they're like out in Memphis and different places around the country. Therefore, you can get an interview with them and get your brand and your name in different spaces as well.
Oh man, that's so awesome. Because I've been in this field so long and I've been trying to find out where's my breakthrough, and I'm like, I'm not really like I'm not a huge social media person, and I'm not really, I feel like I'm not connected. I don't have a like celebrity ambassador. So, but I have so much knowledge and I've been doing it so long and I truly love what I do. So, just trying to figure out how to really get that out there and get people to really come in and give me a chance. So I appreciate that. Hey guys, it's KeKe, your neighborhood esthetician. You can contact me on IG at Opulence Med Spa. I am here I'm on My Celebrity Life with GeHolla. Tune in. Dope.